Marilyn Monroe was well known. She is an icon. For over 50 years, there has been speculation about her death. I'm here to show you how it is impossible that she committed suicide. She was at the greatest period of her acting career. She had 2 projects that she was excited about and working on. There was rumors that she was even going back to her ex-husband, Joe DiMaggio. The rumors are all over the place. I'm here to divide up the facts, speculations, and reports of a cover-up. Rumors and facts coincide in the case of Marilyn Monroe. The rumors actually prove the facts in this case. As everyone knows, a rumor always has a little bit of truth in it. Marilyn Monroe was murdered. The time and events surrounding the time that was reported to the police to the time she was found dead don't make any sense. I'm here with this speech to show you the time that happened before and after the report of her death. First, I'm going to give you a little background of Marilyn Monroe's life. Next, I'm going to go over her career and husbands and lovers. And thirdly, and more importantly, I'm going to go over the night before she died and her death. Marilyn Monroe was born Norma Jean Mortensen in June of 1946. Her mother worked for RKO radio station as a film cutter. Her mother had mental illness and spent a lot of her time in mental institutions, which ended up making Marilyn a ward of the state. She had many foster homes. When she was 16, she married her first husband to escape another foster home. He was in the Merchant Marines, and while he was doing his duty in the Merchant Marines, Marilyn went to a munition factory and got a job. During the time that she was at the munition factory, they were doing a photo shoot for moral boosting. Marilyn was asked to pose for that. That started her career in modeling. She was noticed then by 20th Century Fox and got her first 6-month contract with them. Over Marilyn's short lifetime, she had 3 husbands, James Daugherty, Joe DiMaggio, and Arthur Miller. None of her marriages lasted more than 5 years. There are rumors, basically Marilyn did have a lot of lovers, but the most important and most rumored about was the Kennedy brothers. On August 4th, 1962, Marilyn slipped into a coma and never came out of it. Around midnight, her companion, Eunice Murray, looked under her door and saw that there was a light on. So she knocked on Marilyn's door. Marilyn didn't respond, so Eunice called Marilyn's psychiatrist, Greenson, who came over at that time. The police report stated that they were called to about 4:25 on August the 5th. There's a time lapse right there in between the time that Greenson got to Marilyn's apartment, which she had to break down the French doors to her bedroom that were outside because her bedroom door was locked. According to Marilyn Monroe's friends, Marilyn developed a relationship with both the Kennedy brothers. However, her heart was set on John. They were said to have met privately at the Lawford's house, as well as getaways where Kennedy had to go on business, as well as a month before the march before her death, they had a weekend in Palm Beach, Florida. The official cause of death was an overdose of barbiturates, apparent suicide. However, there was no contents of any barbiturates in her stomach. When you have a barbiturate overdose, there's usually some kind of contents or crystals that would prove that. A lot of the evidence from the coroner's office and body parts disappeared as well. There are 3 theories that I came up with that could have led to Marilyn Monroe's death. First of all, Greason, her psychiatrist, was giving her one form of sleeping medicine to get her off the barbiturates, and that her doctor was giving her another form of sleeping pills. The combination of both could have caused an accidental death of Marilyn Monroe. However, how it was given is the idea that it wasn't done deliberately, because the barbiturates was in her bloodstream. It was not in her stomach. The second theory is the conspiracy cover-up theory of the Kennedy brothers. Marilyn was looking forward to being the First Lady, and John dumped her, and so there is the conspiracy theory on that one is that the Kennedys got together with the psychiatrist and her publicist and set Marilyn up for her death. The third is the mafia. At that time, Robert Kennedy was going after the mafia because he was Attorney General. In conclusion, there are still many speculations about Marilyn Monroe's death. But as the Los Angeles prosecutor said, he didn't believe that Marilyn Monroe committed suicide in '62, and he still doesn't to this day. During his investigation, he had talked to Greason, Marilyn's psychiatrist, and heard her private tapes. He, because of confidentiality, didn't bring forth those tapes until actually recently they did. They don't know exactly why he decided to do it. When he decided to bring those tapes forward. But in those tapes, it does prove that Marilyn Monroe was not suicidal, and she did have affection for the Kennedy brothers. I believe that Marilyn Monroe was murdered. Take a look at the printout that I gave you on the steps of her death, or the timeline of her death that day, and ask yourself the question, was Marilyn Monroe murdered? I believe she was.